Okay, hi, welcome back, my Level Up lovelies. So, we are talking today about what are you called to be in 2023? So, what are some of the things that God wants you to do in 2023 that you maybe have not started already or you need to restart? So, anybody who knows me knows that I do my leg warmers on my arms. I try to keep my wrists and my ankles warm. Yeah, a little crazy idiosyncrasy that I have. Hello. Anyway, so my Level Up lovelies, today we're going to talk about your calling and what you need to kind of press upon in order to get that calling fulfilled for 2023, or at least start it for 2023. So I'm just going to get my trusty notes here. And the first thing I want to talk about and kind of look upon is a verse from the Bible, which is 1 Corinthians 12:1, which talks about, now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. So God doesn't want us ignorant of what our spiritual gifts are, what our calling is. He wants us to know what our calling is, what our gifts are, what we will bring to the kingdom, and He wants us to be able to bring it so that we can use it for His purpose. So in 1 Corinthians 14:12, it says, even so ye, for as much as ye are zealous of spiritual gifts, seek that you may excel to the edifying of the church. So we're saying there, or I'm interpreting there, that God is saying, don't be so zealous after spiritual gifts for your own right, but use it for the edifying of the church. So either way, we should go after and try to focus on our spiritual gifts, but not for the edification of ourselves or the lifting up of ourselves, but the lifting up of the church, and through the church other people, and lifting up of souls to the kingdom. So with that being said, I want to talk about some of the things that I've been thinking about and focusing on that helps me kind of hone into what my calling is, and hopefully will help you as well, and kind of hone into what your calling is, and and bring about that fruition of that calling in your life. So the first thing for me has always been to meditate and focus on what God wants me to do. So that means meditating on His Word, meditating on when He gives us a vision, dreams, when He gives us something, whether it be through Logos Word, which is the actual written word of the Bible, or Rhema Word, which is coming through different people, whether it comes through TV, sometimes it comes through social media, or it just might come in a spirit, that Rhema word. A lot of times I will get a Rhema word and go to the Logos word in order to confirm what has been provided to me. So that's something that's very helpful for me, just meditating and focusing, and also fasting as well. I'm a big proponent of fasting, intermittent fasting, in order to kind of clear out the flesh, in order to be able to focus and clarify what God is pulling forward, what He wants me to focus on. So my meditation is much more succinct. So I'm trying to get this phone together, and then my nails, if you look at my nails, these are my real nails, okay? So but they are getting pretty long, so I'm trying to get used to them. All right, so after we meditate on what God wants us to do, then we have to look at what is on our heart. What does God burden us with that He really wants us to reflect on, really wants us to kind of target focus on? Because once again, we may have many gifts, but there's a season and a time for every gift. So there may be a time when you're using one gift, and then the next year you may be using another more strongly than that first gift. So God's going to give us a time, but also an inclination to be able to use certain gifts during certain times when it's needed for the edification of the church and of the kingdom. So, understanding what affects you, what burdens you, whether it be the youth, whether it be the homeless, whether it be women, women, whether it be, men, or whether it be something that's on your heart that God is saying, I want you to focus on, because I know you will bring value and impactfulness to this segment or group of people, and that's what, and that could just come about from when you're looking at stuff, or when you're dealing with certain things, and it could it can come about from your experience too. What have you been through in your life that you can now impart wisdom onto someone else who may be going through the same thing? So as a young woman, growing up in New York, I had to deal with a lot of adversity and kind of going through different things, situations. So what knowledge can I impart to young women in order to understand that, God is there no matter what you're going through, and he's always got a way out. He's always got a light at the end of the tunnel. So, I think God has burdened my heart with women and young women, and particularly, probably age from 15 on to like in their 20s, because that's the ones that I resonate with. Even though I'm not in my 20s myself, but that's what I resonate with, because I do feel like, I do feel their burdens of what they're going through. Okay, so the other thing too is to ask other people, ask other people, like, and even ask yourself, like, what is it that I love to do? What is it that, when other people see me doing something, it looks easy to me? I thoroughly enjoy what I'm doing. So it could be, hey, I love to sing. I'm singing all the time, everywhere I go. So that could be something that God is giving you a gift and a calling for. Now, mind you, sometimes you have to understand that, have to have that technical skill for it too. So, but God's also going to give you the wisdom and the knowledge to try to hone that gift. So if, let's say, you have a gift for dancing and, the gifts of the arts, then that's something that God's going to give you as well, to say, okay, I want you to hone this. I want you to go to classes. I want you to learn more about what this gift is about, because I want you to use it and use it properly for my kingdom. Okay, so once again, you're going to hear from other people, and you can even ask other people, like, what am I good at? What does it look like I really enjoy and really am able to bring something to? And have them, be 100% honest with you. And probably more than likely, you'll be hearing the same thing coming out of multiple people. Okay, and then finally, last but not least, is once you compile that all together, meditating on what God wants you to do, then, kind of talking about what burdens your heart, and then also what you love to do, and talking to other people about, hey, asking other people, hey, what does it seem like I love to do? Then start organizing a plan. So God says, write it down and make it plain. So now you're organizing a plan, and it doesn't have to be a plan of like, I'm going to start from day one to get this done. It's organizing a plan of, how do I make sure that I'm using this gift in the manner that God wants me to do it. So God may want you to first get knowledge and understanding of that gift before you try to venture out. Or he may just say, you're ready, I want you to kind of tiptoe into something, or I want you to shadow and be under somebody else who is very knowledgeable about this. So once again, that meditation and that discernment is very important in kind of just instilling in you what is important, but to start, what's an important first step. So once again, reading books always is good. Going to classes is always good. And once you start going on the right path, and even if you're not going on the right path, God is going to start steering you towards the right path if your heart is pure and you're going after the right thing at the right time. Okay, so I want you to be able to focus, be able to, build up your gift and get into your calling if you're not already there for 2023. So make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff to this important content, and share your stories with me. Put some comments in about what's going on with you for 2023 and any topics that you want to hear on Level Up with Jenny E. I love you, my Level Up lovelies. I hope you have a great February and happy Black History Month. I mean, a month is not enough to tell what Black Americans and Black people have done for not only the United States, but for the world. But either way, we're going to celebrate this month as Black History Month. So I hope that you go out and celebrate and with me as well. All right. Love you. Until next time. God bless.